Hello, we're back for lesson 2-3. There's Hazel, the Hazel camera. Hazel, where's Hazel? Okay, we're back on. Okay, so if you can turn to your book for lesson 2-3, we are going to look at only 2 problems in this applications because right now at this point in the semester, I want you to focus on being able to solve these equations with symbols. And then we're really going to dive into applications. So these are the applications. So we are going to look at, there's some good examples in here, if you look at them, but we're going to do 11. So at the bottom here, on page 141, it says, Shane returned from a trip to Las Vegas with $300, which was 50% more money than he had at the beginning of the trip. How much money did Shane have at the beginning of his trip? So he had $300, and that it says which was. So that's an equal. That tells us that that equals 50% more than he had at the beginning of the trip. So let's see if we can take the words and put them into symbols. So $300 when he got home, and that was 50% more than what he had. So let's say X is what Shane started with. Okay, so he started with X, and then he had an X plus 50% of X. So 50% of X is 0.5 times X. So if we want to solve for X, we have to combine our like terms. So we have 1X and 0.5. So really we have 1.5 times X equals $300. And so that means we're going to divide both sides by 1.5 to solve for X. And so we are going to take 300 and divide by 1.5, and we get 200. So Shane must have started with $200. Okay. Then I thought we could do number 14. So on the top of the next page here. And it's right here. It says, a sheet metal worker earns $26.80 per hour after receiving a 4.5% raise. After receiving, so this $26.80 equals his old per hour plus 4.5%. What was the sheet metal worker's hourly pay before the raise? Okay. So let's write down some things that we know here. This so that we can write down what we know here. So we know that his current rate is $26.80, and that is equal to, they said, his old rate plus a 4.5% raise, so plus an addition of 0.045%. Oops, that's going to be down here. So the old rate plus the raise. .5%. Okay. So the current rate is equal to the old rate plus his raise, which was 4.5%. So 4.5% with the symbol is just a symbolic form of your rate, which is per 100. So this is the same as 4.5 per 100, which is 0.045. So that's why we have to have it in decimal form for us to use it in mathematics. And it's 0.045, 4.5% of his original rate, and that's X. So X is original the old rate. So his new rate is his old rate plus the raise. Okay. So 26.8. So we have 1 plus 0.045 x's. So we're going to combine our like terms. So 1.045x. And then we can divide by 1.045 because we're trying to solve for x. And since we are multiplying, we're going to use division to do that. We've talked about that in the last few sections. So 2680 divided by 0.045. And it looks like his original salary was $25.65 when you round it appropriately. Because the calculator says 25.6459, and you should always round money to 2 decimal places for the pennies. So 25.65, which is right here. So those are the 2 big problems. I only assigned 3 problems in this lesson on the worksheet anyway, so we'll be working on those in class. So bring your problems that we worked on in the video with you so that you've got those as a guide to help you solve the problems in the worksheet.